I got serious into bodybuilding about 2 to 3 years ago, around the time of my senior year of high school. Around this time, this is where the whole TikTok craze started to happen, where like TikTok influencers like Alex Eubank, David Lade, and Seambum started to pop off. This was where the whole fitness space was at its all-time peak. Even my parents started to go to the gym too. It just seemed like everyone was just being influenced by this. So I decided to take part of it and go to the gym and start working on my muscles and building a more aesthetic physique. Because I was seeing these TikToks on my feed nonstop of just people who actually look good and they have these masculine physiques. I just wanted to be like them too. So I got onto work, and for days on top of days, I was going to the gym. I was going to the gym for about 5 to 6 days a week. And also, I was being really careful with my diet. I was eating stuff like chicken, rice, beans, beef, steak, instead of this whole burger shit like from McDonald's and Jack in the Box. I was eating pretty much all organic, healthy foods. And on top of that, I was fucking abusing caffeine the fuck out of it. I was fucking drinking about 2 to 3 cans a day. I was doing the whole classic gym bro type of brain rot shit. But the thing is, I started to really like it. I honestly got addicted to going to the gym and abusing caffeine a lot, to the point where going to the gym wasn't really hard for me. It just became a daily habit thing that I just randomly did, honestly. And that continued for about 3 years, I'd say. For 3 years, I was constantly going to the gym and just trying to build an aesthetic physique so I can get some girls and all that. That's how my mindset was back then. But once I got that girl, I started to fall off. April of this year, I hit a very low point in my life. You know, you sometimes go through relationships and break up with someone, then you come into this rut and just crying and all that. Well, that's what fucking happened to me. I fucking fell off hard from working out. But luckily, I had an Andrew Tate on my side. You're broke! That motivated me to get back into the grind and level up the things that I used to struggle with. And that's exactly what I did. I started to level up the things that I used to struggle with, especially in the bodybuilding space. And what I used to struggle with was honestly building muscle. I was always consistent. I was always going to the gym. I didn't struggle with that, but I always struggled to gain muscle. For some reason, my genetics and my body just don't really activate to building muscle. These couple of months, I started to really actually gain muscle. That was because I actually started to get my diet a lot more serious. And my intensity in my workouts, how difficult my workouts were, I started to level up that too. And during this period, I gained the most muscle that I ever had. Even the past 2 years, I didn't gain as much muscle as I did these couple of last months. And the best part of it is that I never felt like this ever before. I felt fucking amazing during this period. I was getting the best pumps ever. It just felt like I was finally living the high masculine life. Like I was on a high testosterone, high dose of TRT. It just kind of felt like that. Before, I used to look a little bit skinny with just a little bit muscle. But after this is where I really started to look a little bit more muscular, more aesthetic, and that I actually look like I actually work out now. So in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. Today, I'm going to show you and teach you how to actually grow muscle. So let's get into it. Point 1 is to eat more calories. But I don't mean eating more calories in the way you think, like going to McDonald's and just ordering a bunch of cheeseburgers, or going to In-N-Out and get a bunch of doubles. Don't fucking do that. But what I mean by eating more calories is to be on a clean bulk, not a dirty bulk. And a clean bulk is eating more organic foods at higher amounts. So foods like steak, beef, rice, beans, sweet potatoes, all those you need to consume in higher amounts. It's not the cheeseburgers and the hamburgers you need to eat in higher amounts, it's the organic foods that you need to eat in higher amounts. And that's exactly what I did these past couple of months. I was eating a lot more, but more importantly, I was taking into account that I was in a caloric surplus, which is eating more calories than at your maintenance level. And your maintenance level is the calories you need to maintain your body, what it's at right now. And you find your own maintenance calories by multiplying your own body weight by 16. That is, let's say you weigh about 160 pounds right now. You multiply that by 16, and then you get your maintenance level. That total number, that total big number, is your maintenance level, your maintenance calories. But what you do when you're clean bulking, you add around 200 to 500 more calories on top of that. So instead of 2,500, you're eating 2,700 calories. Or if you want to go onto even more bigger bulk, then you can eat around 500 more calories. So instead of 2,700, you're eating around 3,000 calories. And if you're one of those people that are skinny and they can't really eat a lot, I got a great tip for you, and that's consuming liquid calories. Liquid calories are pretty much food served as a drink. Let's say like smoothies, protein shakes, milk. All those things are liquid form that are easy to consume and drink down. And the first time I started my bulk, this is exactly what I did. I was fucking eating a bunch of smoothies every day, every morning. And actually I have the recipe right here. So what I pretty much had was a spoon of peanut butter, 2% milk, 2 scoops of protein, and some oats. I don't really recommend the oats because it drops your testosterone and causes you a lot of brain fog. But if you want to add oats, you can. But what really matters is the protein in liquid form. So that protein can go through protein synthesis and repair your muscles. And a great way to know how much protein you need to take is to multiply your own body weight by 1. So let's say you weigh around 160 pounds. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you multiply that by 1 gram of protein, and you will get 160 grams of protein that you need to consume. That's a basic rule of thumb. And if you do want to eat more protein, you can. But I don't really think that has a really big change on it. All that matters is that you eat that amount. However, you might have a good diet, you might be eating good, you might be eating good organic shit like apples and all that, but nothing will work if you don't train enough. Point 2 is to train until failure. Now, this step is a little bit more advanced. If you're a beginner, I really wouldn't suggest this. So if you've been into the gym for about 1 to 2 years right now, don't try this. Just stick to the 12 to 15 reps per set. But if you're a little bit more advanced and more comfortable that you can train until failure, try this tip. And that is because you're probably training like a bitch right now. Right now, when you go to the gym, you're probably going all the way until you feel that pain and just drop it and just count that as a set. But no, that's not how you're supposed to train. How you're supposed to train is that you're supposed to feel that pain and push through it. Kill me! But this limp dick at working out is not gonna create any muscle. And honestly, I was a limp dick for a very fucking long time. I was always getting like to 12 to 15 reps, then just dropping it, knowing damn well that I can done even more. And a good way to test out where your point of failure is to go to the gym and do each workout for 1 set. I know it sounds weird, but just get up this one day of working out to do 1 set each workout you do. So let's say it's your chest day. The next time you do your chest day, I want you to do 1 set for each workout you do for your chest. So when you hop onto the pec deck, you do your reps, you do it all the way and steady and slow until you get that pain, that feeling that you're about to give up. But once you get to that feeling and that pain, keep going, and just say to yourself, push, push, fucking push. Fucking X left you, fucking push. You keep doing that until you feel like your muscles fucking rip and until you feel like you're fucking about to die. That's your point of failure. Once you can't fucking move at all, that's where you're supposed to train at. Okay, maybe you have been doing this. Maybe you have been training to failure. Maybe you've been eating right, eating organic shit and high on protein, but maybe nothing's working out. You've been doing this for about 2, 3 years, 5 years, and nothing's working out. But listen to me. I think I know what it is. And that's because you're shit at sleeping. The next step on how to actually gain muscle is to get good sleep. And most people are completely dog shit at sleeping. And that's because the whole world today, how it is, our society, we're too addicted to our phones. We're so addicted to our phones to the point where being addicted to our phone is fucking normal. And we're reading a fucking book like this. It's fucking weird. That's how bad and weak men have become in society today now. Because they're not getting rest. And they're too addicted to the dopamine-inducing things like TikTok, porn, video games, all those things that just kill your hunger for success and take up your time to sleep and rest. There was actually a study done where they had 20,000 participants. 2 of those groups had to maintain a poor or good quality sleep. The other group had to increase or decrease their quality sleep. And do you want to know the results of it? The groups who had overall bad sleep had an increase in their fat mass index. And I mean, they gained a lot of fucking fats. And they also found out that their quality sleep, as their quality sleep started to deteriorate even more, they started to lose even more muscle compared to the other group who was sleeping good. Do you not really see why sleep is really important? Because if you don't sleep, you will lose muscle. And especially if you're a young man, the time when we sleep is the time when we actually produce more testosterone. That is the time where our balls or testicles are at work. They're producing testosterone, our male sexual hormone. Our hormone that makes us feel good, that makes us feel strong, and helps us gain or maintain our muscle. That's why whenever you wake up in the morning, your dick is hard and shit. That's why when your little peepee goes up, That's why, because of the testosterone you produce throughout the night. And you improve your testosterone and your muscle growth by getting good quality sleep. And you get good quality sleep by going to sleep early and getting 8 hours of sleep every day. But here's the catch. There was actually a study done where they found out that you need to be in bed for about 10 hours, meaning that you need to be in bed for about 2 hours before you actually fall asleep. So let's say you go to sleep around 9 o'clock. Well, in order to actually get good quality sleep, you need to be in bed 2 hours before, so around 7 o'clock. And that is because our bodies need to adjust and unwind and relax so we can actually fall asleep. So in total, you need 10 hours of bedtime. But don't be like most retards who spend that time on their phones, watching TikTok and all that. Don't do that hyper-stimulating shit. Instead, read a book. And what I like to do before I go to bed is to either read this book, right here, The Millionaire Fastlane, I highly recommend, or this book. This one is the foundation of all success and all answers to life, the Holy Bible. I read it, and I read it until I fall asleep. I don't go on my phone, I don't play video games, none of that. And if you really do need to use the phone, turn on the night shift setting in your phone. You know that setting where it changes your phone screen all orange and it dims out the light. That's the setting that you need to use because that will help you block out all that blue light that comes into your eyes, and it will help you sleep a lot more better. Now, another great tip is to not drink or have any caffeine 10 hours before bed. And that is because caffeine has a half-life of 5 hours, meaning that after 5 hours that you consume caffeine, half of that dose that you consume is still going to be in your body. But after 10 hours, that's when caffeine is completely out of your system. So what I do is I drink my coffee or my energy drinks anytime before 12 o'clock. Because if I were to consume it after 12 o'clock, by the time it comes to my bedtime, it's still going to be in my body and I won't be able to sleep. And trust me, ever since I started doing this, I used to drink my caffeine like around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. But after I stopped doing that and started consuming it more in the morning, I had the best sleep of my entire life. And another great tip is to not eat before your bedtime, meaning not eating around 3 or 4 hours before you go to sleep. And that is because our intestines are going to be at work. They're going to be digesting the food that we just ate. And when we digest, we're using energy and force, which will not allow us to go to sleep. Our guts and our intestines are pretty much not relaxed when they're supposed to be. You might have experienced this. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and start to feel like your stomach grumbling and you feel like you need to shit, but you don't need to shit? Well, that's exactly what happens. That's because you ate a couple hours before your bedtime. So what I like to do is I like to eat around 5 to 6 p.m., a couple hours before my bedtime. And even if you tried all of this and nothing just seems to work out, I have a great tip for you. And that is to pull an all-nighter. So next time when it's time to go to bed, don't go to bed. Instead, stay awake, tough it out, and stay awake until the next time. The next day, you feel a little bit more sleepier and closer to the bedtime you want to be at. So if you want to start going to sleep around 8 o'clock, the next time you feel sleepy and it's 8 o'clock, go to sleep. And on the next day, allow yourself, your own body to wake itself up. Don't use any alarms or don't use anyone to wake you up. Just naturally wake up. And do this over and over again. Repeat the cycle, going to sleep at around 8 o'clock, waking up and allowing your own body to wake up itself so you can get into the rhythm and the routine and your body adjusts to it. And if that doesn't really work, pull the all-nighter again and keep doing the all-nighters until you actually can honestly fall asleep at that time. Alright, the next step is to boost and optimize your testosterone. Alright, this tip is only gonna really work for men, so if you're a girl, this might not really work for you. But if you're watching this and you're a man, then you need to have high levels of testosterone. Because if you don't have any high levels of testosterone, you're technically a woman. You're technically built like a woman or act like a woman. Because it's testosterone that makes us different from women. Women have estrogen more than testosterone, but us men are supposed to have more testosterone than estrogen. But nowadays, look around. Go to the gym or go to the restroom, go to the store, look around. You're gonna see hella fat people. Most people are fucking fat. And guess what? The fat inside of you and your fat is estrogenic. You have me seen those guys. You know, when you were little kids, you might have had a friend or a person in your life that had a full face of beard just at the age of 15. Well, that's because he has high testosterone. And that's what testosterone does to you. It makes you look and feel like a man. It helps you gain and grow muscle. And what really sucks about this is most doctors and most people tell you that having the testosterone range between 200 and 400 is fucking average. They tell you that having the same testosterone as an old man with cancer is fucking normal and average, when reality is fucking not. Back then, our fathers had like testosterone range of 600 or 800, and our grandparents probably had 1,000, and our caveman ancestors probably had like 2,000 or 5,000. And nowadays, the levels of 200 and 400 is average. It's normal. But in reality, they're also taking into account the people that have low testosterone in their older age and putting them together with the younger people. They're just using old bullshit data to conclude that having low testosterone is fine. And the reason we have low testosterone nowadays is because of our environment. The things around us are making us weaker and feel like shit all the time. Like the foods we consume, like soy sauce, high processed foods, high sugary drinks, high sugary breads, seed oils and alcohol, and also microplastics. Microplastics are known to lower your testosterone, like the water bottles we have. Like this water bottle can lower your testosterone. And scientists actually found out that 100% of all males have microplastic in their balls. Microplastics that decrease our fucking testosterone. How fucking crazy is that? And there was actually a study done where they had a group of mice drink water with microplastics. And what I found out at the end of that experiment is that the mice had lower testosterone than what they had before. And they also found out that the chemicals in our water, like in our showers or our water fountains, those chemicals, I think it's called like fluoride, some shit like that. They found out that those chemicals are making the fucking frogs gay. So if you don't want to be gay like the frogs or have low testosterone, then you need to stay away from the things around your environment, like the things you consume, like the microplastics and the foods I told you earlier that you should not consume. Instead, go to the grocery store, spend your money, and buy organic foods. It is expensive, but it has such a bigger ROI on your health. And also, if you want to spend even more money, you can buy some supplements to help increase your testosterone. And those supplements are vitamin D, zinc, magnesium, Tonkat Ali, Podosia agressus. And there's a lot more out there, but the biggest vitamin that you need to take is vitamin D. And that's because vitamin D is known to lower your sex hormone binding globulin, which when that lowers, that frees up a lot more testosterone in your body. And that's exactly what I've been doing right now. I've been having a lot of vitamin D. And I've been having around two of these. I believe it says around 5,000 IU. I've been having around 10,000 IU. I heard that 10,000 IU is probably too much of a higher dose that may cause toxicity and problems with your health, but I haven't really felt any side effects of it. So if you want to, you can try 10,000 IU, but a good recommended IU dosage is around 5,000. But if you don't want to go through this whole supplement route where you don't want to buy supplements and spend your money, a great way to get vitamin D for free is by going outside and getting sun. So what I like to do every time I wake up, I go outside and get some sun, and I do that for about an hour or two. But whenever I'm on a time crunch, I like to do it for about 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And if you want to take it into the extreme, what you can do is to go outside and sun your balls. I mean, get naked and just expose your balls to the sun. So instead of the sun just hitting your skin, like your arms and your chest, it's hitting directly where your testosterone is at. So if you want to do that, you can. But speaking about balls, what I want you to do right now is to check your balls. I know it sounds fucking weird, but do it right now. What I want you to do is to feel around for anything, for any lumps or any clumps or any solid mass on your testicles. And you're just gonna feel around for anything that feels weird and painful. So if you don't feel anything, then you're good. You have nothing wrong with your balls. But if you feel anything like a clump of veins or a sensation of a bag of worms, that's a varicocele, which is what I have. I unfortunately have a varicocele. You know those varices that old men get on their legs? Well, that also happens on your balls. And what happens when you get it in your balls, it is known to lower your testosterone and cause a fuck ton of pain. And not gonna lie to you, right now, as making this video, I'm in extreme fucking pain. But hopefully in the future, I'm getting surgery to get it removed. And also there's another thing that you need to check for, which is for testicular cancer. So what you can do to check for testicular cancer is to check the testicles, the actual ball. And you're gonna feel it around. And if you feel like a solid mass, like a solid lump, like it feels like a BB bullet, you know those BB guns you used to shoot when you were a little kid? Those things have those BB bullets. So if you feel that onto your testicles, that solid mass, that is possible for it to be testicular cancer. And if you do have that, go to a doctor, get it checked out, and make sure you don't have that, because you might end up losing that bowl and lowering your testosterone even more. The same works with a varicocele. If you feel a clump of veins in your testicles, go get an ultrasound and go get it removed. All right, man, you can be doing all this, but nothing's gonna work out if you don't believe in yourself. And that is because belief is the foundation of success. If you don't believe that you will succeed, then you will never succeed. And whenever you have that thought that you can't believe in yourself, that you're just negatively thinking about bad things, don't listen to that. Pretend that thought's that nerd kid in your class that just watches porn and plays video games all the time. Pretend your thought is that. Pretend your thoughts are him and just fucking punch the fuck out of him. Fucking beat the fuck out of him. And just wage war on that fucking thought. And think yourself like you're the fucking man. Like you're the man. That you can become muscular, that you can fucking do it. That's how you take control of your life. And ultimately, just don't give up. That's all you need to do. Don't give up. And keep trying and keep going. Keep doing the things you're doing. And follow my advice, then you will achieve growing muscle and becoming more aesthetic and looking like fucking C-bum. So please take that seriously. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and stay sexy.